If you're over 50, a bad polo fit will age you faster than your gray hair. But when a polo fits perfectly, it makes you look stronger, leaner, and instantly more put together. Most men your age are getting this wrong. Too tight and it looks desperate. Too loose and it looks like you gave up. In this video, you'll learn exactly how a polo should fit on a man over 50. Simple visual checks you can do in the mirror in under 30 seconds. No fashion theory. No overthinking. Just clear, practical rules that keep you looking sharp, masculine, and modern. Let's break it down from the collar to the hem. Elevated first impression. The polo is the perfect middle ground between a t-shirt and a dress shirt. That's why the fit matters so much for men over 50. You get the comfort of casual, but you still look like you respect yourself and your time. When the fit is right, a polo gives you presence without shouting for attention. Most guys your age think, it's just a polo, any size will do. That's how you end up looking boxy, sloppy, or like you borrowed something from your son. The truth is, a well-fitted polo can do more for your image than an expensive watch. It frames your face, cleans up your torso, and makes your body look controlled and intentional. Think of your polo as armor that's soft on the skin but sharp to the eye. You don't need a big logo or loud colors. You need clean lines that follow your shape without clinging to every detail. If people notice how well you're put together, not your clothes screaming for attention, you've nailed it. As we go through each area, keep one idea in mind. You're not chasing trends. You're aiming for timeless. A polo that fits you properly today will still look sharp on you 5 years from now. Because fit never goes out of style. The collar and neckline test. Start with the collar, because that's the first thing people see near your face. A good polo collar should sit clean and flat, not curling, not collapsing, and not flaring out. If the collar is floppy and lifeless, it makes your whole upper body look tired. If it's too stiff or oversized, it can make your head look smaller and your neck shorter. Button the top button and check how it feels. On most men over 50, you'll leave the top button open, but this test tells you a lot. If buttoned, it should touch your neck lightly without choking. If there's a big gap all around, the opening is too wide, and the polo will look sloppy around the chest. You want the neckline to frame, not float. Now look at the V you create when you leave one or two buttons open. You want a modest, controlled opening. Too high and it looks stiff and uptight. Too low and it looks like you're trying too hard. Aim for the top of your chest bone to be the bottom of that V. That keeps things masculine and refined. Finally, stand sideways in the mirror. Make sure the collar isn't collapsing backward or rolling up at the back of your neck. If it does, the fabric is too flimsy or the size is off. A clean, standing but relaxed collar instantly makes your face look more defined and your posture more confident. Shoulders that mean business. The shoulder line is where most men over 50 lose the battle with polo fit. Look at the shoulder seams. They should sit right on the edge of your shoulder bone, not on your upper arm, and not on your neck. If the seam is sliding down your arm, the polo is too big. If it's creeping up toward your neck, it's too small. When the shoulders are too wide, your torso looks heavier and your posture looks weaker. It creates that droopy hanger effect. When they're too tight, the fabric pulls across your chest and back, and you look like you're trying to squeeze into your 20s. Neither look is powerful. You want the seam to be clean and precise. Raise your arms slightly to the side. If the whole polo lifts up dramatically, the armholes are cut too low or the shirt is too tight. Low armholes create extra fabric that bunches up and makes you look bulkier around the midsection. Men over 50 don't need extra bulk there. You want a comfortable armhole that lets you move but doesn't create a parachute of fabric. Turn around and check the back in the mirror. The fabric should fall smoothly from the shoulders without pulling lines across your upper back. If you see tension lines, you need a size up or a different cut. If you see big folds of extra fabric, size down or look for a more tailored fit. Clean shoulders instantly make any polo look more expensive and more intentional. Sleeves that respect your arms. Sleeves are where a lot of men over 50 either give away their age or secretly fight it. Your goal is simple. You want sleeves that respect your arms, not suffocate them and not drown them. A well-fitted polo sleeve makes you look stronger, even if you're not lifting heavy in the gym. Look at the length first. The sleeve should hit around the mid-bicep area. Too short and it looks like a tight gym tee. Too long and it starts to look like a cheap uniform polo. Mid-bicep keeps things masculine, balanced, and modern. Next, check the opening of the sleeve. It should gently hug your arm, not cut into it. You don't want the fabric flaring out and flapping around, but you also don't want it painted onto your skin. If the sleeve opening is wider than your arm by more than about a finger's width, it's too loose. If you see your arm bulging out, it's too tight. Bend your arms like you're picking something up or shaking someone's hand. If the sleeves ride way up and get stuck, they're too tight or the fabric has too much tension. If they barely move, you're in a good place. Clean, controlled sleeves make your arms look more defined and your upper body more athletic, no matter your age. Chest, strong, not strangled. Your chest is where a polo can either flatter your frame or expose every insecurity. For men over 50, the rule is simple. You want the fabric to follow your shape, not cling to it. The best polo fit makes your chest look solid without showing every curve and line underneath. Face the mirror and look straight on. You should see a clean outline of your chest, not a stretched out one. If the buttons are pulling or you see tension lines radiating out from the placket, it's too tight. That tightness ages you, because it looks like you're fighting your clothes. You want calm, not struggle. Now check the sides. There shouldn't be big waves of extra fabric pulling at your ribs. A little room is good. Too much room and you start to look wider than you are. You want a gentle, straight line down the torso with a slight hint of shape. Think controlled, not compressed. Take a deep breath in and out. If the polo feels fine when you're standing still but suddenly tight when you breathe or sit, it's not the right cut for you. You should be able to move, sit, and reach without the chest feeling like it's being pulled open. Comfort plus clean lines. That's the winning combination over 50. The midsection mirror truth. This is the area most men over 50 worry about. The stomach. Here's the good news. A well-fitted polo is one of the best tools you have to manage that area visually. It can soften the midsection without making you look like you're hiding. Stand sideways in the mirror and look at how the polo falls over your stomach. If it's clinging to every curve, it's too tight. If it's ballooning out like a sail, it's too big. You want a straight, relaxed fall with just a hint of structure. The fabric should skim, not stick. Now face forward again. Look for pull lines from the buttons down toward your stomach. If you see diagonal lines or the placket bending, the polo is under stress. That stress is visible and it makes you look uncomfortable. You want the front to hang smoothly, even when you relax your stomach a little. Try a simple test. Sit down on a chair without adjusting the polo. Look down. If the fabric is stretched tight across your midsection, consider a different size or a polo with a bit more room in the body. If it still drapes nicely and you don't feel the need to pull it away from your stomach, that's a strong fit. The hem and length check. Length is one of the easiest things to check and one of the most important. A polo that's too long makes you look shorter and heavier. A polo that's too short makes you look like you outgrew your clothes. The right length quietly fixes your proportions. Stand straight and let your arms relax. The bottom of the polo should hit somewhere between mid-fly and the top of your back pockets if you're wearing jeans or chinos. If it's covering most of your fly and half your thighs, it's too long. If your belt and waistband are constantly exposed when you move, it's too short. Turn to the side. If the back of the polo is hanging much lower than the front, it can make your backside look saggy and your posture weaker. A slight difference is fine, but you want a clean, balanced line overall. The hem should support your shape, not drag it down. Now raise your arms like you're reaching for something on a shelf. If your stomach and waistband are fully exposed, that polo is too short or too tight across the chest and shoulders. You want enough length and ease so you can move naturally without constantly pulling your shirt down. That's how a man over 50 looks in control, not fidgety. Fabric, drape, and real-life movement. Fit is not just about size. It's also about how the fabric behaves on your body. For men over 50, heavy, stiff polos can make you look bulky. Ultra-thin, clingy polos can highlight every line you don't want to show. You want a balanced, medium-weight fabric with a clean drape. Look at how the polo hangs when you stand naturally. If it collapses and clings to your body, especially around the chest and stomach, the fabric is too thin or too stretchy. That might work on a 20-year-old, but on a mature body, it looks unforgiving. You want the fabric to have enough structure to hold its own shape. Now move around. Walk a few steps, sit down, stand up, reach forward, twist slightly. Watch how the polo responds. Does it twist, ride up, or get stuck on your body? Or does it fall back into place easily? A good polo for a man over 50 moves with you, then returns to clean lines. Finally, pay attention to the feeling on your skin. If it's itchy, rough, or too hot, you'll avoid wearing it no matter how good it looks. The best polo is one you forget you're wearing because it's that comfortable. When comfort and clean fit meet, you get that quiet confidence that never looks forced. Let's recap. A sharp polo fit for men over 50 starts at the collar, follows clean shoulder lines, respects your arms, supports your chest, softens the midsection, and ends at the right length. All of it working together to make you look strong, refined, and modern without trying too hard. These are simple mirror checks you can do every time you try on a polo. Next time you shop, don't just look at the size tag. Run through these visual tests. Collar, shoulders, sleeves, chest, stomach, length, movement. When all of those are right,